Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to another video. Quickie lunchtime session. I'm out chasing chub off the top in the weir pool here and just down below. Just got a lunch break to do it in. Not been out for a couple of weeks, but you know how it is. Life gets in the way and various bits and pieces, and with the weather having been so hot as well, it's not exactly motivating. But got a bit of a drop off on the weather now, so yeah, looking forward to this. Looking forward to doing a bit more fishing over the coming days and weeks. Now, as I say, I'm sure you'll recognise the weir if you've seen previous videos. I'm not going to waffle on. Just got some bread with me, some cheap and cheerful bread for freebies, and some bit more expensive bread to go on the hook. I have got landing net with me and my Daiwa Black Widow EXT 9-foot rod and a Goture reel on there. Some £5 main line. It's not too snaggy where we're going. Now this thing, I love this rod because it's so quick and easy to grab. As you can see, it's just a case of putting it together. It's 2-piece, but it's extendable as well, so it packs down lovely and small, as you can see. And all I've got on the business end of there is, at the moment, a size 6 called a Kurv Shank hook. What I'm going to do is pop on a Nash bread bomb and we're good to go. So without any more waffle and any more messing about, I'll get one of these bread bombs on, we'll get down here and have a crack. Wow, it's nice to be back. I've been over here walking the dog, obviously, the last few weeks. I've not really done much fishing, but it's just been so busy. People sunbathing, swimming, you know, etc, etc. I mean, I'm not moaning. We've got a heat wave and people are entitled to use the river, but it doesn't really inspire you and to get the rod out. But it's very quiet today. Being a bit cloudy and a bit drizzly, it's very quiet. Right. Now, one thing I've learned about the fish in this spot is, oh, nearly dropped it. The more you seem to feed them, the less likely you are to get a bite. So I'm going to just put literally just a couple of bits in there and let them float down. I've tried feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. All you ever get out is one. So I'm hoping they're up for a feed. There we go. Clearly are. Now, I've discovered that they're a bit cute, especially, as I say, getting a bit later on in the season. Well, certainly not at the beginning of the season. They get a bit cute. They start to take the first few bits, and after a while, they start to leave them. I think they realise that the quicker they get on it, quicker they get on the feed, the less likely they are to get caught. So I do tend to, or have started in the recent videos, started to put a hook in one of the first ones that goes in. So we'll get all set up because I don't think this will take too long. Try not to fall in. Right, fingers crossed. Hopefully, by the looks of that, we should get a bite fairly quickly. There we go. Put the bail arm on. Well, fantastic. Oh, I feel like a bad fish. Trying to get in the reeds over there. Come on. Oh, he's not too bad at all. Well, that'll certainly do. That's fantastic. Great stuff. Oh, that's wonderful. Very pleased with that. Fab. Right, let's get him unhooked. In fact, before I even get him unhooked, we'll get a bit more bread in, just on the off chance we can sneak another one out. I'm not sure, to be honest, I'm not sure I've ever caught two out of this. May have, on occasion. I think we're probably one and out. That's what usually happens. How's about that? Wonderful stuff. That's cracking. One cast, one fish. Great stuff. As I say, he's had a couple of minutes resting up here whilst I've been putting some more bread in, so he's fairly lively. Always worth making sure, especially when you're putting him back into fairly fast water. He's ready, definitely. Very graceful. There we go. Powering off. Right, I think we're going to have a go in the weir pool now. I'm going to wander around and sit in the middle of the weir. It is very noisy over there, but fishing from this side is very, very tricky with the bait coming towards you all the time. It's much easier to run it away. So we'll get round there. So here we are. It's rather noisy, unfortunately. This is a weir pool at the end of the day. Hope you can hear me all right. We won't spend too long here. We'll know pretty quick whether we're going to get a take in here as well. We're fishing just where the two bits of water run together. Usually sitting here. So we'll have a crack. Right. Can take a little bit longer in here to get a reaction. Often they're pretty quick onto it. Yeah. Not the biggest fish in the world, I don't think. Struggling to take that bit. Certainly lots and lots of fish in here. Found in the past. Usually doesn't take too long for the big ones to realise what's going on. Oh yeah, big swirl at that bit then. Looks like there's some bigger fish just on that other side there. Yeah, definitely some bigger fish over there. That's probably worth a cast. Seems to be sat on the far side of that faster water. Well, that foamy water, I should say. It's going to be a bit tricky to get a bait over there, but we can have a go. Can't really get much further along the weir, that's the problem. I could get onto this big rock here, but I don't think that's going to help particularly. Maybe, we'll have a go from here first. But that first bit that went over there, I mean, it was getting battered by something of a decent size. Seems to disappear pretty quick as well, a bit of bread. See if we can get it right the way over there. There we go. Liming straight on that. Probably just trying to get it to behave naturally. Trying to keep a line to it as well, a tight line to it. It's going to be really difficult. Oh, big swell. Didn't go. Yeah, there we go. He had it the second time. Well, he's not a monster. Certainly no monster. Come on, cheeky monkey. Probably a pound if that. Well, there he is. Little fella. We'll get him down here in the fast water for a minute. See if we can't winkle his big brother out. So guys, I've just come to the stretch where the main river and the sort of weir pool bit joins together, which is now club stretch. This bit, but I'm in the club, so that's fine. I'm just going to throw a few bits in, to be honest, and watch them float off downstream and see what happens. I've not seen anything. Water's so clear, I don't even need my polarising glasses, to be honest. There's a few small chubs circling. so I can see. What we can do is just follow this downstream for a few hundred metres, these bits of bread. God, so many small fish. Coming down here trotting, you get 4-ounce fish, I think, every chuck. It's good for the future of the river. Nothing of any size has come up yet though. It's starting to rain as well. We'll give it, we've got about 15 minutes, so we'll have a little walk downstream and follow these bits of bread down and wait till we see some, hopefully see some big splashes. And then we'll have a cast to them. So guys, I followed the bread down to here. It's only about 50 metres. And of course they're taken in the most awkward swim possible. Perhaps if I had a pair of chesties on, I could get out there. But I'm getting some takes in that channel out there, you can see. There look to be a couple of reasonable fish out there. Definitely worth a cast, I think. I say it's very, very awkward. This big bay in front of me, I can't even get anywhere near the water. There's reeds and it's very wet underfoot. Being the Avon, it's silty, sludgy, but I reckon we can get in here somewhere. We can. Let's get some takes just above and then further down, but of course these reeds in the water in front of me are going to be a problem as well. Trying to get the line up over them. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we'll get a take before the line gets down to them. There we go. Oh! How did I miss that? Oh my goodness. That was atrocious fishing. Ooh, had a drive-by. Oh! Well, one of them took it. And I could actually see it underwater in his mouth. Oh, I still struck into nothing. I think that the one that just took it though was a relatively small one. Oh, so frustrating. Could see the bread under the water. Well, that was a problem, wasn't it? I could see the bread under the water. Clearly the hook wasn't in his mouth. Right. Well, at least we're getting a few takes anyway. Strong enough gear to get the fish out as well, I'm sure. Oh, it's a bit further downstream. I'm going to cause myself problems there before. Oh, there we go. Big. There we go. I waited that time. A big bow wave came out from the bank on the far side. I don't think he's huge. Let's get it. Get him through all this weed. He's sort of given up. I'm winding through this weed. Yeah, he's no monster, but a bite and a fish. Happy with that. Oh, it's not a bad one. That's cracking. Wonderful. God, it's all covered in weed. Oh, that's actually much nicer fish than I thought it was. There we go. Wonderful stuff. Right, I'll put a few more bits of bread in here, but I think we've probably killed this swim. There's a few other spots downstream we might do okay. Wonderful. Well, we'll put a bit more bread in, but I don't think anything's going to happen here. But it'll certainly drift off downstream and bait up downstream for us. Well, there's certainly some sploshing going on here. When you come about another probably 50 metres downstream, maybe, if that. Seems to be some fish in here after a bit of bread. Put a few more bits in, then we'll have a cast. Oh, that one's quite small. I just saw coming up to that bit of bread. Yeah, there's definitely some fish in here worth having a cast at. Yeah, just saw that one. That one looked a bit nicer. Again, reed sticking out of the water. It's going to prove to be a bit of a problem for the line lay. Some takes going on downstream as well. For the few bits of bread that I've got through. So, hopefully, we'll have another chance after this one as well. Yeah, some big splashes going on down there. Right. Trouble here is I've had a drive-by. I think they've wised up to that, me having to get the line across those reeds. They've sussed. Definitely sussed. Yeah, they ain't daft. They ain't big and they certainly ain't daft. They're circling underneath it, two of them. I'm not going to touch the line this time. I'm going to let it lay around that stalk. Yeah, they were very sus of that. They just let it go through again. Oh, all right. Yep. Yeah, there's two of them in front of me. Shame you can't see them. I mean, I can see them, like I say, without my glasses on, but it's been a bit cute at the minute. They're definitely interested, and they come up and both have a sniff a couple of times. Both times so far they've left it. Here we go. Oh, he really wanted that. He came very deliberately up to it and then changed his mind at the last second. Another drive-by. Very small fish, just chewed a big lump out of it, I think. Yeah. We'll have a couple more goes at them before we move on. Yeah, they're just circling it. They're like, we want it, but we know. There we go. Very small one, I think. We certainly wrecked the swim. Come on. How on earth do you get a size 6 hook in your mouth? We'll hold him up over the net because he's very lively, but not quite what we had in mind. Well, a big old splash on the opposite bank over there, under that tree. Yeah, something of some decent size over there, definitely. I'll give it a few minutes here, or a couple of runs through anyway. So this is where big splashes were emanating from. Over there under that willow. Hopefully the culprit's still over there under that willow. Right, get a bit on the other side. That's perfect. Trouble is, we've got much faster water under our bank. It's hard to keep mending the line, and the swan's coming. And that's gone through completely unmolested. It's very strange. Oh. And just as I looked away, it got hit. I won't be putting any freebies in a minute. I am going to have to go shortly. So a bit of bread drifted through right down into here. There's a big old splosh at it, so I've moved down again, working our way downstream. Just trying to stay one step ahead of the swans, to be honest. I don't mind swans, to be honest, but they can be a pain in the backside when you're trying to fish bread on top. Right, so we go. See a few black shapes over there, so we'll see. A couple of anglers on the other bank, so I'm not going to go down any further anyway. Oh my goodness. Obviously you saw that. Well, that may be our chance gone in here. We'll have another go anyway. Well guys, that's it. Time has caught up with us. We've been a little bit scuppered really the last 15 minutes by swans, boats, etc, etc. As I say there, I couldn't go right down because there was a couple of anglers on the other side, and I'm obviously not going to go and tread on their toes. So yeah, time's up, so I've got to get home anyway. But nice short session. Really enjoyed that. It's nice to get out again and have a few fish, and I will be out again in the very near future. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your fantastic support, and I'll see you all again very soon.